Hello everyone, Joe Bishop, Bishop back with Survival. Today I'm here with the David Sling that I made about a week ago. What I do is I take a piece of paracord, I measure it out, I get it even, and then I cut it in half, and then I heat up one end, and I sew it to the piece of paracord, and then I do the same thing, heat up the other end, and I sew it there. And then I take and do a cobra stitch starting up here, and then I go down one side there, and then I start back over here and do another cobra stitch and come down there, and that gives me my pouch. And this actually is able to spread out for bigger rocks and stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a couple rocks over here in this corner. I'm not going to put anything really into it because I can actually, there's a house over there, and I can actually put a rock on top of that house from here if I really wanted to, and I really don't want to. I can throw big ammo like this, and looking at that is not the ideal rock. And I'll show you an ideal rock here in a minute, but my pouch can accept that. And you see in the video, these guys going, you can do that if you want, but you really won't get a lot of accuracy out of it. There's figure eights, there's all kinds. There's guys that hold it out here and then they just sling it back and they throw it like this. I do too. I call it the helicopter because I'm kind of doing like this here. It's kind of like I do my bolos. I'm throwing at an angle and I release, and I do another one that's underhand. If I did underhand, I could put a rock on top of that roof over there, but don't want to do that. I'm going to throw in that corner over there where those palmettos are, and what it wants to look like is like this here. You want to fling around. You ain't got to do it this many times, but I'm talking to you. So I do 1, 2, and that ain't even putting any effort into it. That was an okay rock. This is actually a better rock. It's more rounded, but it's still not the ideal rock. You can put it in there and it'll accept it. That one actually went a lot better. This rock, I can throw it, but it's a piece of junk. It's flat and it's probably gonna make a sound whenever I throw it out if it stays in my pouch. It should stay in my pouch, but it'll make a sound like boom. Here, but wasn't that great. This is your ideal rock. It can be cleaned up a little bit, kind of shaped like a football, wider in the middle, tapers down. And what this does is whenever you throw it, it actually spirals, and you can throw one a long way and you can actually see it spiraling, going like a football. And a lot of glades were made like that. The lead glades, most of their pouches would have leather in there. I could actually stitch leather in there, but I like it like this. Makes it a little bit lighter, and a lot of people don't even know what it is. I can take and just tie an overhand knot in it like that. I can throw it around, and just one of them cool pieces of gear that somebody carries. Maybe throw a water ball in or whatever. But take this done. You put this in here, put it in your pouch. And when I'm looking for rocks or when I'm making my clay glades, I try to make them like this. I can make them big or small, and I don't know if you've seen that, but that went easy 100, 125 yards, and that's just a like that. And this is pretty simple to make. It's not as simple to master. I slung rocks every day or almost every day for like a year before I got where I could actually hit stuff with it. And after I got where I got good with it, I was killing coots and ducks out on a lake at like over 100 yards, better than 100 yards, maybe 200 yards. And sometimes I wouldn't hit them on the first shot, but I just sat there and I walked my rocks into them. And when I hit them, normally hit them in the middle of the back, and they'd end up floating up to the bank, and I'd go get them. spark plugs. You can take a spark plug and put in there and sling it, and it will go. You can actually see it pushing itself, going farther and farther. And a lot of times I'll stop by garages and stuff and see if they got some old spark plugs I can get from them. It's one of them tools that unless you sit there and use it all the time, you won't get good with it, but it is a good little tool. You can make this out in the woods pretty simple. I made them out of plastic Walmart bags. I made it with hemp cordage, paracord. You could probably take a 2-liter Pepsi bottle and cut the bottom out of it and make it where you could pull all the cord out, make a string out of it. I might have to do a video on that one day, where you sit there and pull that string out and you can sit there and ply that together and actually make a sling out of it. There's all kind of plant fibers. You could probably do it with hair. I've got a sling in there from overseas that's made out of alpaca hair, wool. You can make it out of anything. It's one of them weapons that you gotta use your mind and create it a little bit. But I'll show you another close-up of it. All that is a cobra braid. Start up here, I go down one side, and I finish off right up in there, and I start another cobra braid on that side, and it comes out pretty good. I don't have to have my pouches that big, but I like to throw big rocks sometimes, like the size of my fist, and you can sling a big rock the size of your fist a lot farther than you can throw it with your hand without throwing your shoulder out. So I'm Joe Bishop, Backwoods Survival. That's the David Sling. Cheap to make. You could probably make 100 of them in no time, and arm a whole army with it. And believe it or not, you see all these movies where you have archers and they're sitting there and they're volleying their arrows. They had slingers too, and the slingers actually have a lot more range than the archers did. So I'm Joe Bishop, Backwoods Survival. If you ain't practicing, then when you need it, you ain't gonna be able to do it. Y'all have a good day.